All right, guys, happy Tuesday. So I'm excited that y'all got on today. And for you guys that's on tonight, it's already the 6th of the month. You guys know you're on because you guys are pushing towards the next position. You have goals in place that you want to accomplish. You already reached out there and took that next step by already processing your auto ship and being on your way towards getting those goals accomplished. So we wanted to make sure we came on and gave you guys different things to be able to help you to get that accomplished. And a few of those things we're going to go over tonight, but of course, we have so much in store for this month. We want to make sure that you guys just stay the course because that's going to be the key. So I'm going to go over some housekeeping with you first before I pass it over to Carrie to keep it going for us for the next thing. Yeah, you first. So first thing is I want to make sure you guys reminders to check your team page because everyone has some sort of a contest going on right now in reference to getting on a special Zoom that's going to take place at the end of the month. And that's with an amazing author now, Pam Souter, if you guys are not aware. It's going to be an exclusive Zoom that you guys are welcome to if you do the criteria that's needed based off your team leaders, rules. The next thing is, I meant to do that in advance and I forgot. The next thing is to making sure where you stand right now with your volume. Now, today is the 6th day of the month. If you are going towards Ruby, that means you need to have a 2,000 group volume by the end of the month. You can easily check your volume each day to make sure that you're on track. How you do that, Carissa? Easily. You know you need 2,000 group volume by the end of the month. So we're going to divide 2,000 into 30. That's 66 BV a day. We're going to times that by 6 because today is the 6th day of the week. That's 400. So your group volume as of right now should be 400. You want to put the next ones in the chat so I can keep talking while I'm doing it, Carrie? You on point. So that helps out so much with you knowing exactly where you are and you're on task. So you know to get to Ruby, you need to have at least 600 BV added each day, and that'll help you get towards that goal. So that gives you something to strive for every day to keep it in front of you. Also, if you're on your way towards Emerald for the month, you need to have 5,000 in group volume by the end of the month. And of course, it's the same equation, 5,000 divided by 30, that's 166 BV a day. And you multiply that by 6, you should be at 1,000 BV as of today. So if your goal is Emerald, 1,000 BV by today. And the same thing for Diamond on the way up. A diamond is 8,000 BV divided by 30 for the days in the month. That's 266 BV per day. And today is the 6th. You multiply that by 6, and boom, 1,600 is where you should be at right now to be on your way towards that goal. So I'm a numbers person. I love to have myself dissected and looked at every day so that I make sure I'm on my goals. So this will keep you guys straight on your goal. The next thing is, I went over that. Last thing is the pick 3. Just remember we have that pick 3 deal going on right now where you can get any 3 products on that list, excluding the gummies, for $89. You notice I didn't say pick 2 because pick 2 is not in my vocabulary. It's only pick 3. That's the only number in my vocabulary. 60 BV, $89. Or you can get 6 for 1. But I never remember that number. Goodness, 89 times 2, 90 minus 2 is 180. Thank you. Gosh, I never remember that one. Or you can do 6. Thank you. Look at Nicole. Thank you. Or you can get 6 for 178 plus free shipping. So that's what I offer. 3 for 89 or 6 for 178 plus free shipping. So those are the things that I wanted to make sure I gave you guys and keep it drilled in you to make sure you're going for your next position and just making sure you know you're on point to get there and make sure you work your way towards getting on Pam's Zoom. Now I'm gonna turn it over to Carrie because her and we're going to start off on the next thing that we wanted to go over with you guys to work towards your vision of seeing exactly why we continue to push towards in this business so that you too can understand why we do it. So let's start off with Carrie. Carrie, let us know, a little bit, elaborate a little bit and tell us like because of it works and give us a little bit of that vision to understand.
Hey guys, I'm Carrie. So I I think it's really important for us to talk about vision, because you can learn all the tips in the world, but your success is like 80% in your head. So if you don't have the drive to keep you going, you're not going to keep going. You're not. So when I first started, I didn't have a vision. I didn't understand what I was doing. And then I started to have goals, and they were small goals and I hit them, but I didn't truly have a vision yet. Like all I wanted to, I got real big on my screen. All I wanted to do was, I was just trying to make money. And that's great and all, but that's not a true vision. That is not what's going to keep you going during the hard times. So my vision started evolving, and then one day I realized that I was not in a huh? Okay. Yeah, hold on a second. I was not in a place that was healthy for me. I was not in a place that was healthy for my children. And I didn't want to be in that situation anymore. So every single day, I pretended like I had a sign on my wall above my bathroom, and I could see it from my bed. And it was like, keep going, keep going, keep going. And every single day I would look at that imaginary sign and I would be like, keep going, keep going. Like, you've got this. You have to do this for yourself. You have to do this for your family. You have to. And so that helped me create the discipline within myself, because without having that firm goal, I might have just stopped and watched Netflix because that's easier. I might have just done the bare minimum, because Diamond Pay is great. Double Diamond's pay is great. It wasn't going to get me very far in what I needed, but it's great income. It's full-time income, but I needed more, and my family needed more. So I kept going and I kept going, and it was always in my head, keep going, because you have to get out of there. You have to. So my vision was so absolutely huge that there was no way I could fail, because I couldn't. Yeah, I see you climbing on there, because I couldn't do that for my family. So because of my hard work, we left Hawaii, and my mom, my kids and we left and we moved wherever we wanted. Yeah, I want to see you get down. Sure do. We could live wherever we wanted. So me, just me, I moved my entire family across an ocean, across a continent, and we live in a peaceful house. We do not fight. There's barely any yelling. I mean, the baby screeches a little bit, but it's not out of anger. It's because she's happy. We live like we're on vacation. There's nobody being mean to each other. It's all because I had that vision, and my vision just keeps growing and growing. So when I started, I made it all the way to Double Diamond without that huge vision. But then I stayed at Double Diamond. Yeah, I stayed at Double Diamond for 3.5 years. And then I caught the vision, and that's what took me to the next level. There was something missing, and that's what it was. So I firmly believe that what is she doing? This company has the vehicle that we all need for our individual journey. And you might not know it yet, but work really hard, because life changes. And when it changes, you can be ready for it. Carissa, I don't know where you are now. Why is Mildred the host? Oh, there's Carissa.
You finished? Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, it was the whole service issue just then. It was frozen. So all right. So thanks so much, Carrie.
I don't even know what I said.
I watched the replay. So let's go over now to Tasha in Triple Diamond in Hawaii. That's still over there on the other ocean that you mentioned you went across. So Tasha, tell us you good? You drink something? Because if it works, let us know and give us a little bit of your vision.
Okay, hi guys. I'm Tasha. Sorry, I'm coughing. I'm not feeling good. So because of It Works, so real quickly, I started this business not for anything. I started this business to prove that it didn't work. And so I really didn't have a vision, just like Carrie, you know. And so when I heard all these people's stories in the beginning, I'm like, oh, I don't have a story. Carissa, why did you do that? Okay. You know, I didn't have a story. And I'm like, oh, my story's so boring, you know. And so it was, I guess I felt like I had like everybody else had an upper hand, I guess, because their story was amazing. And fast forward to be honest, 2016, when I promoted to Triple Diamond is when I really caught the vision. And like at first I started for nothing, and then I wanted to make an extra income. I wanted, you know, like all these little goals that I had. And like here I am now, almost 6 years later, you guys, and my vision is bigger than like I could ever imagine. If it wasn't for this business, I wouldn't have the dream or the goals that I have now. You know, everybody, I feel a lot of people who are not with network marketing, their dreams are so small. You know, they're so afraid to dream. And I think because of this business, you guys, we see that people, you know, all these top leaders, they're making their dreams come true. Their goals are just, you know, they're smashing all their goals. And it just really makes you guys dream so much bigger. And so because of It Works, I get to like be by my kid's side. I get to be the yes mom. I get to change people's lives. Like that is like my ultimate goal for this business. Because if you guys don't know, my husband is the breadwinner and has always taken care of us. He has a very amazing job that he gets to travel. And I think that was a really big thing too for me, is that I'm able to change lives, make income while traveling the world with my family, you know. And so that's because of It Works, I get to be there. I get to raise my kids. I get to be the yes mom. I get to travel the world, and I get to show people what their life can be like if they just say yes to this business. And lastly, vision casting, you guys, like Carrie said, you have to know why you're doing this. Maybe you don't have the really big, I want to buy a home, I want to buy a car, like all these things, but what is your ultimate why? Because to be honest, that is the only thing that's going to get you guys up in the morning, is your why. Because like all these top leaders, I hear them talk all the time, like Cheyenne Knox, and they all say like, I'm not excited to get up and message 200 people. And I'm not, you know, I don't want to get up and, you know, I'm not excited every single day, but it's their why is what continues to push them through everything. And that's the, like where you're going to get the discipline from is, right? Is you're going to be disciplined because of your why. I always try to put myself, like, I'm kind of crazy, but if there was a burning house, right? Like when I don't want to sit at my desk and I don't feel like working my business, I pretend that my kids are in a burning house and I got to get up to save them. So when I don't feel like getting up at, you know, 5 o'clock in the morning to work my business before I got to get my kids ready for school, I think of that. All right, they're in a burning house. I need to save them right now. I need to knock down that door. And so I get up, and it just, I don't want to do it at that moment, but it's because of my why that I get to. So just really, guys, having that why, I think, is what's gonna just give you guys the vision. And I think it was Cami I messaged her one day, and she was saying like there's no dream that's like crazy, you know, that there's nothing big enough that you cannot accomplish. So dream big, even if people think that it's crazy. We all know that anything is possible. So that's it. Thank you, Carissa. Back to you.
You're welcome. No problem. Hold on. I'm getting you off. I'm about to get you off. Hold on. So that was great, Tasha. I like the transparency. I like the fact that you were just telling us from the heart. I'm gonna do the same thing. So because of It Works and me joining this business, doing prior network marketing, I had a different mindset coming into this business. This business wasn't like other businesses. So to be able to catch the vision of this one, it took to me going to my first conference to be around more people besides just the people that was within my team or my upline. I view network marketing as a business, like suits and ties and dress pants and dress suits and always having to wear shoes. And that was the way my upline viewed it as well, which is the way that, it came across that was the way we had to dress. So it was a kind of a turnoff because that's not my type of style. But my vision came once I went to my first conference. I was able to then relate to other people, see other people in higher positions, not materialistic, not and I always refer to Tina Hadcliffe because that was the first one I seen that had on a baseball jersey. She had on an It Works baseball jersey. I remember that to this day. And seeing people that was on the It Works calendar, I mean the It Works magazine, and their cars were not, everybody's cars were not Porsches and Mercedes and stuff. It was Ford. It was pickup trucks, and this was their dream cars. So because I'm not materialistic, things like that actually stick out to me because that's what I relate to. I'm not trying to relate to someone that's doing a whole lot and wearing $15,000 watches and $30,000 bags if they cost that much and whatever else. That's not me. So you have to look at people that you relate to. And as Rachel Wiggum said one time, look for your best friends with It Works. They don't have to know that you're that you consider them the best friend, but that's who you look towards for inspiration and towards motivation for you to continue with your business. And that's what I did. I looked towards people that I needed to look towards to help with me being motivated to get to my next levels. I looked at those people, watched their Zooms, looked at their lives, looked at their YouTubes, and whatever I needed to do to be a part of those areas is what I did. They didn't know I was watching them. They still don't know I watched them, but that's what it is. It's your secret BFF. So everyone should have that within this business. You should have those people or person that you look towards for that just that extra like on there's days like Tasha said that we don't wake up and we want to do stuff, but because now we've been doing this for so long, it's a part of your day. It's a part of your week. You understand that it takes 2 seconds to be able to do it. Once you continue to do things and it turns into a habit, it helps you out so much more with being able to just do them regularly. You're going to take your products every day anyway, so why not just make sure you post about it? So me seeing all of that put me in my place of being able to know what I needed to accomplish. And from there, I pushed my way from Emerald leaving conference to then going double dime. Oh my gosh, it ain't never nobody loud music until sorry, I don't know if y'all can hear it, but they driving down the street. Anyway, oh good, okay. So I went from Ruby to Double Diamond from January to April of that year. And that's because I seen the vision. I knew what I wanted. I had my goals in place as to what I wanted to accomplish, and I went for it. And just earlier today, we planned a new vision out. Me and Carrie was talking, and then I ended up coming up with some new goals I didn't even know I had. And now I have new goals that I want to do. I want to asphalt my house, the backyard. I want to put up a new furniture in the backyard. I want to do some different things. And then I'm like, and then you know what? In 2 months, I want a housekeeper to come to my house, and I want them to clean my house from top to bottom so that I don't have to. And so if you have goals and you have things, and I'm like, I need to write this down now so that I make sure I have them. And I did. I got a little booklet. I got it wrote down in until I put it on my big dream board. But if you don't have goals to go towards, what are you pushing for? You're not. You're going to want to stay in the same spot. You're going to not want to push forward. And that's something that I didn't want. I started this business overweight. I started this business a type 2 diabetic. I started this business stressed out. I started this business alcoholic. I started this business depressed. I got around the right people. Type 2 diabetes is gone. Weight loss is gone. Mindset is improved by a lot. The way I think has improved. My dreams have gotten bigger. And the way that I see myself is in a different light than I seen myself before. So if you just have to be around the right people and keep those secret BFFs around you to be able to get to your goals. So because of It Works, I've been able to dream bigger than I ever have. I've been able to look at things in a different light than I've never seen them before. And being around the right people keep my mindset on point. And Rusty is about to give you guys his because of It Works. And hearing his at my first conference ever, winning a trip to go to a luncheon that he was at and he spoke at. Were you at that lunch, Carrie? 2013 conference? Okay. Being at that luncheon and I heard Rusty speak and I heard his story, I cried. But I love the fact that that vision helped me understand why I am where I am today and how I got to understand gratitude. Because if it works, I got to be there for my mom every step of the way to her death. I don't regret any of it. If I had to work for somebody and only seen her an hour a day, I would have regretted it. But because I was there every single day, doing everything, taking them to every doctor's appointment, being those caregivers, caretakers, I regret zero. And that's the things that we should be able to have. We should be able to have the life we want so that we live with no regrets. So I'm going to bring on our upline. That's the bestest, Rusty Lackey, so he can give you guys all the closing that you need towards pushing towards your goals. So thank you, Rusty.
Hey, it's my pleasure. Thank you, family. You're such a wonderful group of people. I love you from the bottom of my heart, unconditionally. When I say unconditional, that means I don't want nothing from you, but I just want to see you succeed. And when I met Mark all those years ago, he casted a vision in my life. I said he casted a vision into my life of the possibilities of being free or gaining your freedom. And gaining your freedom is a fight. And y'all heard me tell the story of my grandfather fighting for George Patton over in Second World War, fighting Hitler, Nazism. And I asked about the medals, and he said he had to kill people to get some of those medals. And we talked about unconditional love, and unconditional love is a warrior's fuel for everything you hold dear in your life. He said, for the love of your grandmother, the love of your father, I knew one day you were coming. I knew one day you were coming, and I was going to put it all on the line before you got here. And so how many of you have children? Raise your hand and put a 1 in the chat. So if you have kids, if somebody were to come and take your children away from you right now, but you knew where they were, how vicious would you get to go get them and take care of that problem? Mess with my 2 little girls, they can't lock you up tight enough. You can't go to no parts of the earth that we won't come to get you. I'm not saying that to brag or to sound like I'm a big old guy. Just family is a big deal to me. So why do we get up every single day and we go somewhere that takes us away from our kids? It's like they've kidnapped us away from our children. My kids were growing up and I wasn't at home. I'm going 3 weeks a month doing big banking around the world, and I'm sacrificing, chasing money just to overpaid slave and taking all that time away from my kids. And when Mark casted a vision in me, that thing grew for 7.5 months, and I had to go through the gestational period where when that vision really hit me, and I saw that what I was after was worth more than where I was, I stopped playing small. So right now, this is the month that he gave you all the bonuses back, but some of us continue to play small and we subdivide our times into things that does not matter. And what you're doing when you start going after things that you are serving, if you're not focused on a priority that serves you, why do you want to participate and waste your time? See, one thing, there is no refund on today. It is gone. At midnight, it's going to be gone. No refunds. If you did not get to spend this day with the people you love most, making those memories, what kidnapped you away from it? What did you allow to take you away from what's most important to you? I promise you, something happens to one of your kids, they got kidnapped, you come and you're going to hold everybody accountable. At that point, your life don't matter. Nothing matters. All you know is you're going to get the kid. Like Natasha said, the house is on fire. It's a burning building. I got to get my kids. See, if that don't bring you close enough to a why, that why becomes a wow. Once your why becomes the wow factor, nothing can stop you except you. How many of you like bullies? You hate a bully? Somebody that's very facetious and always putting you down or trying to hold you back or to bully over you? You really hate bullies? Drop a 2 in the chat if you hate bullies. Wow. Yeah, every one of you, the biggest bullies on here. You know why I'm saying that? You bully yourself. You hold yourself in check because you're such a damn bully. You bully you into talking you out of your dream. That's why you subdivide your time, and therefore you're going to continually go after things that you're serving, you're a slave to, instead of participating in things that serve you. It's a little bit harder when you go after things that serve your interests, that serve your vision, that serve your goal, and you go always make a couple dollars and you still broke at the end of the damn week. See, I ain't never got it. I ain't never got it. When Mark cast a division, I didn't give myself no way out. I put in radical, massive action. Radical, massive act. That means we did the stuff other people wouldn't do. Therefore, for 20 years, I got to do what I want to. And the reason you stay away from the flashy stuff, the $10,000 watches, I've got them. You don't ever see me wear them. I wish I would have never got them. But it's one thing that I focus on is getting out of debt, owning my home, owning everything I've got. And therefore, try to make me get up if I don't want to get up in the morning. There's absolutely nothing can do that. Debt free. So when you get all in with heart, nothing can stop you. When you play with passion of heart, and let's break that down. Some of you still playing around, you're playing small, you're chasing a couple bucks, you ain't gonna never have nothing, you've never had nothing. Do a 5-year audit on your life. Is that same old bullshit I've been participating in all these years? Where's that got me today? And if I keep in this old same old bullshit, I'm gonna be neck deep in bullshit in 5 years. Does that make sense? Why do we continue to show up and do the stuff? It does not serve you. It does not create a residual aspect in your life, a residual income that pays you for years to come. All you have to do is see that a person can do it, one person do it, and you can duplicate the effort if you duplicate the action. You can duplicate anything that we've seen out here. I'm going for Black Diamond. I just had a call with Mark. I'm going for Black Diamond with y'all or without you. Just like she's got new goals. Well, I got some new ones today. I've been on the phone with some crazy great people. Got some great new people that come into our organization. What got you to where you are? You ain't gonna, the people that got you there ain't gonna get you to where you're going. So why is your heart so significant to your well-being? Right now, every time your heart beats, it circulates through, it feeds the organs, it feeds the cells, and it continually keeps things flowing and going, doesn't it? What happens if your heart stops? You die? Why? Because the inaction that the heart creates, it stops and it kills everything else. I had a coach once told me, Coach Charlie England said, when you go on that field, you give me all that at practice and you play on Friday night, you look like we have to replace your uniform sometime because the knee pads are tore out, you got blood and grass, you're just a mess when you come off. He said, because you play with heart. See, without your heart, you're going to die. Without coming full-fledged and going all in with what you want, the heart creates the action. Without that particular heartbeat, that's what supplies the nutrients and the minerals and the fresh oxygen that keeps you alive, that keeps you vibrant. And so if you get all in with heart and you stop playing small, and today I'm going to start playing big on a grander scale, because I'm going to get rid of all those damn people that ain't doing nothing. I'm going to find a new tribe of people that want to go where I'm going. I'm going to elevate me to the next level because I'm setting a new standard. Quit dragging a bunch of damn dead people along. They're weighting you down. You either want it or you don't. It's just that simple. And it's not hard to replace it. So when you set that new standard, guess what begins to happen? That new standard will attract the right kind of people. I talked to my daughters yesterday. I said, if you're going to become the perfect wife, that has to start now. It's not when you meet Mr. Right. As you prepare yourself to attract Mr. Right, and he will treat you like the queen that you are for the rest of your life. And I will not have to go in and take care of that. Because we set the standard now for who you are. So that means you're going to have to always be in action. Natasha said she gets on some mornings at 5 o'clock to message the 200 people because the house is on fire and the kids are in there. See, that's playing with heart. So if you get all in this business with heart and quit making all them excuses about those broke people that's got you serving them and get away from them. You need to create a divorce and go up to the courthouse in the morning, file the papers and have them served tomorrow. I'm divorcing all the things that I've been serving, and now I'm going to only participate in a priority plan of action that serves me. Quit making excuses. Playing small is nothing more than an excuse, and you'll have 45,000 excuses as to why you're so busy. Busy will keep you broke. Busy, productive on your priorities will get you rich. Rich in relationships, rich in family, rich in health, rich in and not having to get up and go to become that modern day slave to all the shit that you're serving. It's like if I got in my truck to go over to Carissa's house, I need to get in my Suburban, I crank it up. If I just rush the engine in and I got the music all loud, nothing happens till I put it in gear. When I put it in gear and I start to hit the accelerator, we start to move. Therefore, I start to enjoy the movement. I start to enjoy my music, and I start to enjoy my way to the airport to go to Newark. Because without the movement, the inaction, nothing's going to happen. And so you're going to have to, now every one of you is on here, all of you. And everybody, you're praying for a blessing. You're praying for something to happen. You're praying for opportunity. Well, you got to flip an opportunity to get off your knees and take responsibility for what he sent you. The reason the blessings is not being compounded and raining down on you is because you're playing small. God sent you a big blessing, but you're still playing in the minor leagues. You're still up in the stands as a spectator. When you make your friggin' mind up that I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna get in the game, I'm gonna play big, and the harder I play, every day the sun ain't gonna shine on all of us every day. But when you make up your mind, I'm coming after this thing, win, lose, or draw, come hell or high waters, I don't care. I'm gonna show up every day until I win. If it takes me 1 year or 20 years. And when you start to make it, guess what begins to happen? You begin to happen because you start to evolve into a different person. That metamorphosis kicks in, and you start to evolve into a leader, not just a bullshitter, but a leader. I don't care what little system you got going on and what you think you can do with the internet and social media, and all that's well and good, but that too is going to have it's going to run its day. And right now, if it's working for you, work the shit out of it. But make up your mind that you deserve the very best. Stop going as a second-rate human being. You live in the greatest nation on planet Earth. We got our problems, but America, people are dying to get here, and we're sitting over here in controlled climate houses, controlled climate cars. We got running water. We got multiple indoor toilets in your homes, and you're bitching and whining because you got to do a little bit more? Oh, you want more. Free has no value. Welfare does not work. It creates dependency, and it puts you in the mentality of a slave. Because why? You're doing what it takes to serve that. And when you make up your mind, I ain't serving that shit no more. I'm going to make up my mind. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go and I'm going to go left. When Mark says when they go right, we go left. When my family goes right, I go left. I'm talking about the siblings and all the rest of them. You know why? Because I don't want to go hang around where they're hanging around. They're sick, poor, broke, fat, and they don't care. They don't mind drinking a six-pack of Coca-Cola. That's going to give you, if you're going to sue anybody, sue Coca-Cola for diabetes, overload in sugar. If you're going to get mad at anything, go look in the mirror like I do most of the time and just get mad as hell at you. Say, you big old bully. Why do you continually bully yourself around and you worry about what other people thinking or saying? You're the biggest bully in your life. And when you make up your mind, I ain't going to be a bully no more. I'm going to be a person in action, taking the action, and I'm going to do the 3 steps to success. I'm going to do it just verbatim like it says because it really works. You continually complete the 3 steps to success. And I don't like to sell nothing. Well, you're just trying to sell me that horse shit. So make up your mind. Every time you open your mouth, you're selling something. You can. I've talked to people, they'll talk to you a complete 45 minutes on as to why they're just so busy and can't get it. If you're that busy, you ain't got 45 minutes to talk to me. You're going to be in action. And you know, if you write down everything you say and you write excuses out of your life and stop making them, and say, I'm the king, I'm the queen of the Most High God. He put me here to succeed at a higher level. I'm going to start attracting the right people because I do deserve the finer things in life. Because when you get the finer things in life, what the law of reciprocity states, if I come into your life and I help make some of consequence happen, it reciprocates back into my life, but you have to allow it to go through you. That means you're going to end up being a go-giver. A go-getting, go-giver. You're going to be able to give more because you have more. When you have more, you give more. And as that continues to compound your time, what's going to happen? You're going to get really wise with your time. You're going to become like a stockbroker of your time. You're going to invest your time wisely. You're going to stop wasting your time on nickels and dimes and pennies. And you're going to start working for your value of who you are is going to start to rise. Your time's going to become worth $10,000 an hour. It's going to become worth $100,000 an hour because that's the kind of influx and the massive action, the radical action you're going to give this business because you set your goal high enough and you believe that you deserve to achieve it. And you're going to take the necessary actions. You're going to sit down and you're going to start to journal for yourself. You're going to write the letter to your success, your successful you at the end of this month, and you ain't going to go to sleep until you get it done. Too long if we use, I'm tired, I just need some rest. No, you need somebody to put their foot in your ass. Like my grandfather, my father, and all the coaches I had. And Mark does not mind being very rude to me at certain times. You just don't mind. It don't hurt my feelings. It causes me to grow to the next level. It causes me to do a self-check, a checkup from the neck up. And therefore, you keep playing around like it's just going to happen. Nothing just happens except bad luck, bad things. And you know why that just didn't happen either? Because you took the inactivity, brought that on you. And you wonder why in the holy hell you ain't no further along than you are. Well, go do that inventory for the last year, the last 2 years, the last 5 years, the last 10 years. Is my action, does that warrant where I am? Absolutely. That you're exactly where you are because your activity or inactivity for the last bunch of years. And you wonder, well, it didn't work. No, it works. There's proven. See, It Works Global is not on trial. The compensation plan, the product line, our philosophy, our culture is not on, it's not on trial. We the ones that's on trial. We know it works. It'll work for one, it'll work for all. Well, I ain't like those people. That's because you chose you bully yourself into telling yourself all those lies that hold you back. And you wonder why you're still at the same place that you were 5 years ago. And then you're gonna go blame it on your mom and your daddy. Well, we never had nothing as a kid. My mama didn't have nothing. My preacher told me if you had money, then we'd be evil. Well, he's full of it too. And my daddy was a preacher. He told me that you deserve the very best in life, that you were the prince and princess of the Most High God and High King, that you were supposed to live in an abundance. You weren't supposed to live in poverty. If you live in poverty, you can't help you can't help nobody else. Now, how many of you, put a 3 in the chat if you really want to help somebody else, that you want to be that light, that hope broker that shows up. And I'm not going to make no more excuses why I am, and I'm going to stop participating in stuff that does not serve me. You know why? Because you're nothing more than a modern day slave to certain things, because that's what you've done all your life. And you're going to blame it back to your past and all the other stuff. I wanted to be the first person made $1 million in my family. And when I quit the bank and I just walked away, nothing comes with you. And when I got home, I had a very angry wife. I thought I was going to have to sleep in a tent in the woods. She saw us going back to poverty with 2 children in a mobile home. I saw me making my break for freedom. I said, no longer will you hold me hostage and keep my kids kidnapped and hold me for ransom because I can't spend any more time with them. So here's where it flipped for me, guys. That first 28 days, we went double down and built a team of 635 people. 28 days. Every one of you were birthed out of that first month. We have never missed a check in almost 20 years. But I got to be home with those little girls every single day. I become a full-time father. I know they'd come into my office. I sit down on the floor. I have a headset on talking to Mark or Pam, and we were doing 3-ways and conference calls, and I was loving on those kids. I was letting them feel the Father's love, the security. I saw how they began to get more confident and more secure feelings because I was here. You tell me that your children don't deserve that. You tell me your spouse don't deserve it. You tell me one other thing. Tell me you don't deserve it. So you said, well, I can't get up early and I can't do that. Why not? Your ass rolls out at 6 or 7 o'clock. You show up for 8 or 10 or 12 hours to somebody else. They're holding you hostage all day, and then they're paying you what they think you're worth, not what you're really worth. And every time you sign your check, or if you even sign the electronic check, you agreed that that's all you're worth. So most of you letting $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 a year stand your way at $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 a month. Because the lack of activity, the lack of belief in yourself, the lack of belief, and you're listening to every broke person that comes along and wants to divvy up, and some other guy that's got you like a modern day slave running around and got you thinking that you're going to make all this other stuff and you're just going to hit the big one. I had a man told me today, said, that's a lot of small stuff. I said, but it added up into a lot of big stuff too. I said, because one, here's what we are. We have products that change people's lives. I know. My life has changed. I hadn't had a medication in 14 years. Now, I've been sick with a cold. I ain't saying I can't get sick, but I ain't scared of no disease on planet Earth because I have a very high immune system. And so there's one thing we ain't never missed, that check. It continue to grow because we're in the consumable business, people. We're in changing life. We're consuming. When you start to get something, it changes your life. You get emotionally attached and you're consuming it and you want more of it. So what do you want more of? Do you want more of the same old lifestyle you had the last 5 years? Do you want more of a new lifestyle that you believe you deserve? Is it going to be easy? No, but it's easier than showing up your whole life to end up with nothing. Time is gone. Can't get the time back today. There ain't no Well, I need a refund on time. And God said, well, I'm not going to do that. You wasted a day. In fact, you wasted the last 20 years of your life. Why am I going to give you any more time? So here's what I'll leave with you. With this product line and this business, it's going to give you quality of life. It's going to give you quality of life physically and quality of life financially. I don't know what your goal is, but I'll bet you everything. I'll bet you everything that your goals are way too damn small. You're not stretching yourself. You're playing too small. You're still in the spectator seat and you're hoping something's going to happen. You're cheering and clapping like they're going to call your name. I ain't ever had my name called when I didn't do nothing. When I got up and I made it happen, yeah, this is what I want you to do. I want you to write the speech. We're going to the Coliseum this year. Y'all know that, right? I want you to write down what you're going to tell all them people how you done it. Whose lives are you going to impact? You have to start with impacting your own life. You impact your children's life. You impact your family's life. You become a legendary legacy builder. So this is what I want to ask you. If something tragic happens tonight and you don't wake up in the morning, I need to ask you this, and I need you to be transparently honest. Does everything you did up to now die with you? Or are you building something that continues to live after you die? Make up your mind. It's what I'm doing. Is it creating a legacy for my children, for my family? Is it going to continue to live because of the effort I put into it now? Well, Carissa knows my family very well. Been with Carissa. She's been with us a very long time. And my daughter's one day is going to be in business running my operation, taking care of your children and your grandchildren. You know why? Because I wanted to build that legendary legacy that lived, continue to live and have a heartbeat well after I'm gone. And I want them to be in a position to take it even bigger and better than we done it. So I want to lay the foundation that they don't have to show up and be kidnapped by some job, by some corporate America, by some corporation that pays you slave wages and they're going to give you little benefits in the 401k. When in the holy hell did you ever see anybody that retired with any dignity with a 401k and some freaking insurance? Personally, I ain't needed no insurance in almost 15 years. I ain't been sick. I don't plan on starting to need it tomorrow. Anything could happen, but I can tell you one thing, make up your mind, you're worth it. You know why you're worth it? One, I believe you're worth it. I believe none of y'all could have been nowhere else but here tonight because God put you here. See, I'm a raw preacher son. I know both sides of the world, both sides of the fence. I know what it's like to be very poor, with no food in the house, with no lights, and my wife pregnant, hadn't eaten 3 days. That means my oldest little girl in my wife's belly hadn't eaten either. I know what I felt like, but you know what I had to do? I had to change the circumstances because to that point, circumstances had dictated my future. So because if it works, I've dictated the circumstances for almost 20 years. Because if it works, I ain't woke up at an alarm clock in almost 20 years. I know most of you've heard it a bunch, but you're going to have to start to internalize this, like that little boy I see right there, Milner's little boy right there. He deserves it. One day he'll produce grandchildren. They deserve it. See, they're not here yet, but they're coming. He deserves it. You got to make up your mind with every fiber in your being that you're not going to be an excuse maker. You're going to make up your mind that playing small is what I used to do. That's who I used to be. It's kind of like a drug addict. I used to, but now I've been set free. So you make up your mind that you're well worth it. You might be sitting there just bumfuzzled and can't figure out who you're going to call next. But I tell you one thing, if you'll start to speak your life into existence, if you'll start to talk to yourself in a different way, if you'll stop being that big bully on you. And you hate bullies and people that just try to put you down. I don't know why you hate them. You've been bullying yourself your whole life. That is a social learned behavior because you talk down to yourself. That means you're a bully. You're the biggest bully in your life. Nobody can bully you like you can because that's what creates a doubt. That's what creates the fear. And then you got somebody gives you a spark of hope, but then they're just using you. When you set the pace, I'm coming after this thing and I'm going to change lives. I'm going to find some people that really want to go to the next level and I'm going to work my ass off with them. I'm going to work with them around the clock. You will not outwork me. I will not get tired and you will not know it if I am. And we're going to work through it and go get it. See, if you don't, this is what's going to happen. Right now, you're in the most opportune time in the history of the world. I don't care what the government's telling us. Most of they don't care about us. No way. If you think they do, yeah, you need to go have a checkup from the neck up. But right now, if you become a serious hope broker, and people see, if they don't even believe you, if they believe that you believe what you're saying, that is what impacts a person. That's what plants the seed. No, them crazy people believe what they doing. You know why? They get them show up every single day. I see them all over the place because we know we're making a difference. See, you really made a difference in that no. There's a lady on here tonight that's been following me since 2013. Called me out of the blue. I've been following you for that long. I said, wow, you mean like stalking me or making me feel weird? She said, no, I love that you're just down to earth. You're plain. You're not flashy. I believe you believe what you say, and you say what you mean what you say, and I think you care about other people. I said, I really do. I said, I love very deep. She said, if you'll sponsor me, I'm gonna get Networks with you. And she said, I'm gonna take it to the next level. And within 24 hours, she's in. She took it to the next level. She said, I just needed this at the right time, but it took me a while to make up my mind. So I'm telling you this, ladies and gentlemen, you never know who's watching you. Like Carissa, you heard what she said. There's people I'm watching, they don't know I'm watching. They my best friends, don't even know it. It's kind of like the books I read. Some of my authors I know, some of them I don't. But they're still influencing my life in a particular manner because of the words they put on that paper. This is what I'm going to tell you. You can tell yourself anything. You know if you're telling a lie or not. Don't give yourself a way out to go play small. Stop giving yourself the, well, maybe. That's nothing more than you know you ain't going to do it. That's just something to make you feel temporarily good. And you know, when you get sick and tired of being sick and tired of getting up somewhere every morning to go somewhere you don't want to go for somebody you want to do it for, when you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, that you said, I'm going to make my break for freedom. Now, when you make your break for freedom, you're going to have every naysayer in the world. You're going to have every broke person in the world tell you why it won't work. And they ain't got two nickels to rub together. Scale the fence. We on the other side in the getaway truck. Scale that fence. I swear to God, I'm over on the other side in the getaway truck. They're going to send the dogs after you. But I'll tell you, when you jump in my truck, turn around and watch this show. We're going to take off and we're going to spin so much that the dogs are going to choke on the dust. And then I'm going to throw it up in reverse and I'm going to have Luther Vandross, Luther, going to be singing to us. And I'm going to back up over a couple of them dogs just to let them know we ain't playing. This is for real. You know how I know? Because when Luther's singing that love song to me, I'm going to be loving every minute of it. You know why? Because we just helped somebody else break free, set another little eagle free. So stop trying to convince those little fat chickens with them short wings that they can fly, that they're eagles, because they can't fly. Because I was raised on a farm. I saw what them chickens eat. If you saw what I saw in them chickens, you would never eat another chicken the rest of your life. They eat bugs, they eat sticks, and they pecked all in that cow manure. And that's where that phrase chicken S come from. If you ever see what a chicken eats, and I can tell you one thing, you ain't ever caught no eagle down there eating that chicken S. He likes fresh meat, a mountain goat off the side of the hill. I was flying over to Calgary, Canada, not too awful long ago, and I looked out over Colorado, and there was a big old eagle. I said, oh my God. And we thought we did something in this jet. That eagle's flying high as us, and he ain't got nothing but two wings. He ain't got no fuel, but he has determination. He set a standard higher than the rest of those chickens. You know why? Because he don't participate in the barnyard activities. You know why? Because he knows who he is. You can lie to a chicken. You can paint him up like an eagle. You can paint him a big old yellow beak on there, but as soon as the rain comes, all that shit washes off. It's just a chicken. And a chicken will make every excuse in the world. They're going to always be broke, but they're the ones that's going to show up and it's going to be on the dinner table come Sunday. So what I want you to do is to make up your mind right now. I hope I stirred something in you right now that you'll never go to sleep until you go out and conquer it and you win. I hope you get tired that, hey, you're not kidnapping me, my time away from my kids. You're not going to, see, I can't redeem today, and you're not going to take another day from me because I'm going to have a finite plan of action, a finite plan goal, and I'm going to go after it. And I ain't going to stop till I win. It takes 2 days, 2 months, 2 weeks, 2 years. If it takes 20 years, what are you going to do in the meantime? So if you're ending up broke in every facet of your life on Monday and at the end of the month, the weekend warrior never worked. You can tell me anything you want to. But when you make up your mind and you get in with heart, the heartbeat and then the massive action of the heartbeat, when you play with heart, There's absolutely nothing that can stop you going to the next level. When you play with heart, so you have to have love in your heart and heart in your love. That was Lionel Richie. And when you got love in your heart and heart in your love, people know that it's genuine. And when you make up your mind, I'm getting in with heart, so you cannot ever beat a team that plays with heart. Carissa.
Whew. I tell you, I'm stirred up over here. You got me started up on the wheels is turning. I'm starting to write stuff down. I got a lot of work to get done tonight. I tell you that much. I'm just excited. We got a long month ahead of us. It's only the 6th day. That means we got 24 more days of amazingness to make happen, and everything can change in just one day, one mindset change, one flip a switch. And I hope this switch went off in you today, if it did not before. I hope that this helped you with any obstacles you may feel like is in your way, anything you feel like is stopping you from completing your journey, any barriers you feel like is stopping you from getting your goals accomplished, any vision issues you may have had in the past in reference to what this company can offer you, because there's so much available for you. And I want you guys to be able to be aware of that. And having so many of us seasoned people on here that have been with the company now for anywhere from 5 years from Tasha on up to 20 years from Rusty, you're able to hear so much from us. So I'm excited about that. And Rusty got something he want to tell us that I'm just like a big kid. So tell us, Rusty, what we got in place for
You
this
want to
month?
just give them phase 1 of next week?
Ooh, phase 1 works for me. Yes, give them pieces
Yeah,
at a
and
time.
next week we'll give you phase 2. All right, Carissa and I put together a special private Zoom for this group with Cami Dempsey or Cami Pentecost, and she's excited to come on here and pour into you and give you some, probably give you some things that nobody else knows. And so, if you really blow this Zoom up next week, the ultimate phase 2 will blow your mind as to what we're going. Since we're going after Black Diamond, we got everybody's attention. The numbers are crazy. Everything's crazy. And I said, I can't do it without this team here. And say, in fact, I want to take 5 or 10 of you with me. Yeah. Hell, 1 is too small of a number to win.